Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Highwaymen Social. Today we're going to walk the Highwaymen Trail. I want to introduce you to the trail, the Highwaymen Heritage Trail. We're going to start with the Seven Gables house, a very interesting house here in Fort Pierce. So if you haven't walked the trail, there's so many interesting things along this path. This house with Seven Gables, and it is not the house of Seven Gables that was in Nathaniel Hawthorne's book. That house is in Boston, Massachusetts. But the Seven Gables house here was built in 1905, and in 1943 it was converted to a brothel it was popularized by the servicemen, came back from World War II, and then later the house was sold at auction and became a taxidermy studio, and then in 1997 it was donated to the city of Fort Pierce to become a historical landmark, and it serves today as a great starting point along the Highwaymen Trail. Next stop along the Highwaymen Trail is the home of Alfred E. Backus at 122 Backus Avenue. It is the former art studio of Beanie Backus, talented and revered Florida landscape arborist who was really responsible for getting the Highwaymen movement started, friend of Zenobia Jefferson, and also a mentor to Alfred Hare and Harold Newton and many of the other artists who he developed along the way. He had a Florida Caribbean theme to much of what he did, but Florida landscape was his thing. The next stop along the Highwaymen Trail is Pine Grove Cemetery at 10th and K Avenue. It is the place of the decorated Highwaymen grave markers of Alfred Hare, Livingston Roberts, and Johnny Daniels, and soon to be decorated the grave marker of Al Black, where they are still segregated, blacks and whites, even in death, in the Pine Grove Cemetery. Lincoln Park Academy is next on our Highwaymen Trail at 1806 I Avenue. It is the place where Zenobia Jefferson met Alfred Hare and began to teach him the art of art. And he also met Albert Backus there, and it is a quintessential place for many of the highwaymen and local artists who learned from Zenobia Jefferson, a very talented lady and a graduate of Fisk University. It is the real beginning of the Highwaymen story at Lincoln Park Academy. Our fifth stop on the Highwaymen Trail is the Dunbar House at 2804 Dunbar Street. It is the home of Alfred and Doretha Hare. It is the current home of Doretha Hare, and it is the place where Alfred and Doretha lived at that time, and they developed the fast style, the quick style of painting art. Location number 6 on the Highwaymen Trail is 1907 Avenue D. It is Eddie's Place, a local juke joint and a famous place in Fort Pierce. It is the place where the highwaymen congregated and the place where Alfred Hare was shot and killed in a bar fight on August 9th, 1970. Highwaymen Obelisk is spot number 7 for us along the Highwaymen Trail at Avenue D and 15th Street. It's a grant-funded 20-foot obelisk featuring the mosaic duplicates of many of the Highwaymen paintings. A beautiful landmark and great foliage adorn this obelisk year-long. Stop 8 and 9 is Moores Creek Linear Park and Avenue B and 10th Street, representing 2 iconic artists. This park is where Mary Ann Carroll was mentored by Harold Newton. Mary Ann Carroll sold her first painting at the young age of 18 and is the lone female in the original 26 Florida Hall of Fame awardees. Last but not least, location number 10 is the Intermodal Transit Station at 8th Street and Avenue D. The west wall of the Intermodal Transit Station features 26 engraved plaques that list the names of each of the Florida Highwaymen, mounted on a huge mosaic of colorful royal poinciana.